died when I was going to hell, when I was falling in the abyss. I died. I must have had a heart attack in my sleep. And, when I tell people this, they say, you sure it's not a dream? You sure it's not a dream? I go, listen, man, I'm 45 years old. I know what a dream is. And this is far from any dream you could ever think of. This was more real than me and you talking right now face to face, because when you die, you feel everything a million times more enhanced than you feel now on earth. I felt every single cell on my body, every single hair I can feel. And everything. Your soul knows everything instantly. I knew everything. Boom. I knew I was going to hell when I died. I knew it right away. I screamed out the shahada, which in Islam we do. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. And I screamed, the scream that I screamed, I will blow the roof off my house. That's how the terrifying scream that you would not, that's how bad I screamed. And I screamed it and I screamed it. And then I said, Allahu Akbar, like 8 times. And then right after that, I'm falling in this black abyss, falling so fast. And I'm wondering, am I going to get up? Am I waking up? Because, sometimes when you have a dream, you're falling and you just pop up like that. That's what I was waiting for. And then it's not. And then my soul's telling me, you're dead. You're going to hell for eternity. My soul told me that it's not true. When I said Allahu Akbar and I was doing, it said this is not true. You're going to hell for eternity. And when I felt the hopelessness, when you know that you have God separated from you and you don't have God and there's no hope in your eternity, like there's no hope. I mean, man, I don't wish this on my worst enemy. This feeling of hopelessness is unbearable. I mean, the hopelessness you have on earth is nothing comes close to it. I felt that hopelessness. And then there's this white light flying around me so fast. I knew it. My soul knew instantly it was my guardian angel. This angel's voice was the most scariest and the most beautiful voice in one. It was so piercing and it was so desperate for me. I felt the love of this angel was so desperate for me. It's like I knew he was with me my whole life, trying to guide me, trying to help me. His voice was unbearable, unbelievable. I can never get it out of my head. Every single day I can hear this voice and it was coming from this ear and this ear. Amir, please. It was begging me, please, you have to listen, hurry. He can still hear you. You have to tell him before your soul leaves your body. Tell Jesus to save you before your soul leaves your body. Hurry, please, do it now. And I'm looking down and I see another portal and that a pit. And I'm like, there's no way. What do you mean? What do you mean, Jesus? No way. What do you mean? What about Allah? What this and that? And I'm doing this. I'm like, oh my God. Like, and then I said, right before I said, please, Jesus, come into my heart and save me. In a big flash, in a big thunder, like a bolt, like a sound. And the force, when I came back into my body, my body flew off my bed. I was sweating like water. My wife got so terrified. She was going to call 911. I was like, well, oh my babe, I had a heart attack. I died. You're not gonna believe this. You're not gonna believe this. She's like, just go back to bed. Just go. It was like 3-something in the morning. It was late, I didn't sleep. I go, oh my God, there's no way. There's no way this is happening. There's no way. And I still denied it. I go, there's no way. I go, I got to read the Quran again. I got to read the Quran. There's no way this can't be happening. Because, a lot of times in Islam, they say the devil plays tricks on you and he comes in, he'll come in looking like a prophet or something. I cried on the way to work in the morning. I was crying my eyes off, man, crying. I couldn't believe it. So I started reading the Quran. I took my time and just to show that I'm not lying and making things up. I write everything down. I have 2 journals. I write everything. So I wrote surahs from the Quran that stuck out to me that I want, and I did the same for the Bible. I did them both and I read them both. And I have 2 journals full. I write everything because I keep reading over them so I could memorize. And I memorize them. The more I'm reading, the stronger this angel's voice is in my ears. He's the only one that can save you. He's the only one that can save you. Jesus, he's the only one that can save you every time. And then when I read about the crucifixion about Jesus, that's when it hit me, because I read it before, and when I read it again this time, it was different. There's no way that God is gonna make somebody look like Jesus and deceive trillion and zillions of souls, because Islam and Christian and Jesus are over 600 years apart. So God Almighty took 6 days to create everything, but it took him 600 years to create Islam and to say that Jesus wasn't crucified. In Islam, you're not guaranteed paradise no matter what you do. And then after this happened, when I was reading the Quran and stuff, because I forget a lot of things and I'm coming back to it now. My wife calls me one day. This was 3 months after, and I didn't convert yet. It took me 8 months to finally give in. That's how stubborn I was. That's how proud of a Muslim I was. I was even risking my soul and everything just because everything that he showed me and everything that he did, I still was denying it. And a lot, you know, I didn't want to hurt my family, being raised for so many years and having this in your mind. It's programmed, you know, it's like programmed. It's hard, you know. My wife calls me and she was like, babe, do you have a minute? She was driving to work. And I was like, yeah, because I felt the urgency in her voice. She was like, I have to tell you before I forget again. She was like, some lady just cut me off, and her bumper sticker made me remember this dream that I had. My wife is still a Muslim, by the way. She had a dream that me and her, we got into an argument, and I left the house. So she was doing the clothes, and she was on the floor folding clothes, and our door had mirrors on them. Our closet doors, they have long mirrors on them. So when she looked up, she got blinded. The light reflecting from the mirror blinded her. So she got scared and panicked. So she stood up, and she said she stood up and she's so scared and she was frozen. She couldn't move, and she felt somebody putting their hand on her right shoulder, and instantly she felt peace. She said, who are you? Who are you? And she was like, how come I can't? She said to him, how come I can't see you? And he was like, you're not strong enough to see me. That's what he told my wife. And then she said, okay, well, where's Amir? Is Amir going to come back? And he told her, Amir's going to come back, but you got to bring him to me. Tell him Jeremiah 33:3. And I never read the Bible. Okay, never in my life. Me and my wife, never. Google Jeremiah 33:3. And it says, come to me and I will show you things that you do not know. God, man, ever since I got saved, my vision is 360. I see everything. Like when I pray for an answer, boom, it comes to me. Boom. And he shows me so many signs every time I doubt and stuff, and I don't deserve it. That's why I always question myself, like my sanity sometimes, because there's no way he's showing me all these things. There's no way, like I don't deserve it.